How's it going, everyone? I'm Slavinatorski. Welcome to the channel, and thanks for stopping by. If you're here today, it's because you want to see some action force. So we finally managed, or I don't know, I always say we, even though it's just me, but finally managed to get our hands on one of them. So we have Duster here. So this is the first figure I had come in. I've been wanting to get my hands on these. These are pretty cool looking. Been in the Mythic Legions and stuff. We'll have a few comparisons for you, but really want to get into this and show you what I think. I'm grabbing something over here because I want to do some comparisons, and of course I didn't do it until after I turned on the camera. There we go. Real professional, right? So, first off, let's take a look at the box. Let me turn off that overhead light. Gets rid of that harsh light. So you see here, really good artwork on the side. Duster has an entire story behind him. It's based off a real person. Timothy Kennedy. Pretty cool, so you can read the whole thing there on the background. These are all the ones that are coming out in the Series 2 line. Really, really cool stuff. But the line is split up between 2A and 2B, so let's see. 2A, 2B, 2A, 2A, 2B, 2A. So these two are in 2B, and there's another one that's not shown on here. But this is pretty cool. Let's go ahead and jump in. I didn't show that side yet. Been wanting to get my hands on this for a while. If you're part of the Valaverse group on Facebook, you'll see that this figure, a lot of people have a lot of fun with it. Mainly because of that face sculpt, which I'm sure you already see. So let's go ahead and pop this open. There's nothing else in the box. So let me move that out of the way. Alright, so for the figure itself, there's a nice little plastic covering in here, keeping everything sealed in. Go ahead and peel that up. So here we have the figure itself. So, pull them out. This is the actual figure. Good size figure too. Really good sculpting on it. So you get the figure, you get all these accessories here. So, looks like you get an extra headset. You get a scar with a grenade launcher, a few different hand options, like a cradling hand. You get a FNS or an FN509 Edge, another hand, night vision goggles, earpieces, and helmet. And you get a stand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the camera, pull everything out of here, line it up, and we'll be right back. Alright, so I have everything out of the box, and what I would suggest is getting a pair of tweezers. It's kind of hard to get some of those things out of the box because they're so small and delicate. So if you get a pair of tweezers, you can kind of pull them out of there safely. So what I'm going to do is get this figure real close. Now, one thing about all the figures, and I think 2A you don't have to do it as much, but they do have a thing that actually warns you to warm these up either in a thing of water or the hairdryer. So that's one thing we're going to do before we start posing. But I just wanted to go over all the accessories. So what I'm going to do is bring everything real close. First the figure, real close to the camera, so the background's going to go out of focus. And we're just going to take a close look at it, right up here. So you can see just what you're getting into. This is a really cool looking figure. The sculpt on it is really well done. You see the back, you see how the vest goes all the way around. You have the comms, radio, the pouch on the side here for the hip. You have this holster here, the shoes. You see how he even has untucked shoes there, or pants I should say. Pretty cool. You have the pistol gripping hands here. Then the face sculpt is really, really well done. But really cool. And then you have a knife right here, which is already in its scabbard or sheath. You have a pair of magazines, which I do believe they come out. Yep, they do come out. It's just that my fat fingers are fat fingers. So you have a pair of AR magazines in each pouch. Both of these come out. Pretty cool. Put that back. On the side here, of course, you have his pistol mags. Those I do not believe come out, but let me double check just to be sure. Nope, those are part of the mold. On the back, you have flashlight, multi-tool, another little knife kind of built in. So pretty cool stuff there. And I can feel how tight these joints are, so I'm definitely going to heat it up before I do too much with it. So we'll go over to the other face, the actual yelling face, which I think this face is hilarious. I've seen so much done with this head sculpt that this is a real fun one to kind of do some things with. It does come with a helmet, so you have your standard bulletproof helmet here, which will go onto the figure. There's also a comms headset. You do get a scar with an underslung grenade launcher. Some cool detail on there. The magazine does come out. Put it back in. So really cool. I like that. Very thin, but very, very nice. You do get the FN LS Edge little pistol here, which I love that they are modeling this after real life pistols and firearms. And then of course on this side you get two fisticuff fists. So one for each hand. You can make them duke it out with someone. You get a pair of comm headsets to actually put on here. So the helmet is actually customizable. You can take these side plates out and put the comm headset in. So just like this. And then the comm headset fits in right in here. If I want to put it on the back one, fits right in just like that. And then on this side, you can pull this one out, put the comms headset on this side too. If I can get it right, that is. These are really tiny, so my big clumsy hands usually have trouble with little tiny things like this. There we go. So now you have full comms set up there. Also a pair of NVGs or night vision goggles. You can put those on. They'll fit right on just like that. Really cool stuff. And that is one piece that does not move. So we'll put the headset down. You do get this really cool Action Force display stand. You get a pair of just regular gripping hands. So if you wanted to hold a knife or stick or staff or something like that, or you can even put a sword in a hand, you can. And you also get a pair of cradling hands. So you can either have them, with the whole come on here, or just, how you hold a rifle, you have one hand cradle it. So you can do that. You get a pair of those, and of course the ones on here are trigger finger hands. So those are cool. Alright, now next step is we're obviously going to pose him, we're going to check articulation. So when I do that, I'm going to heat this up first so I don't break it. So I'll be right back. And you do what I'm going to do with a hairdryer. You usually just do it 15 to 30 seconds all over it, get the figure nice and warm so the plastic heats up and you can start posing it. So let me do that and I'll be right back. Alright, and we are back. As you can see, it stands up pretty well on its own. No real problems there. So I heated it up and I switched out the one hand for a support hand. So I don't really need two trigger hands on them. And I kept the trigger hand on the other one. So let's go ahead and go over the articulation. One thing I will say, the head is kind of hard to swap out. I did try to put this head on there and it was kind of a pain in the butt. So I just kept the old head on there. The peg here, like you'll see in the head, it goes all the way back. See the groove there? And it goes all the way forward. See how there's kind of the ball joint on a hinge. So you can get some more movement out of it, which is pretty cool. But because it's on a hinge, see if I can pop that head off. There we go. Because it's on a hinge like that, I had trouble getting this head on there because it goes in there like that. And it doesn't want to quite cooperate. So I think I need to heat this head up a bit more. So instead of forcing it, I'm just going to keep this head on. This one snaps on really nice. And no problems. But You don't get too much side to side. You get a little wiggle wobble. Like I said, back and forth pretty good. You can spin all the way around if you want to. So full degrees of movement there. Here you'll see the chest, or the arms, I should say, which they come all the way up. I don't want to force them too much, but they do come up that far. You get a full 360 movement out of them. Excuse me. And because there is a double joint in there, so you have this hinge here, and then there's another one inside, which allows him to kind of cross over his body a little bit. So he can kind of, let's see if I can do this, cross his arms if he wanted to. Pull up like a thug pose. But going on to more of the arms, there is a bicep swivel right there. You do have a double jointed elbow, so you can get full flexing power going on there. And it comes straight out. The hand rotates all the way around, pops in and out. Now, different hands have different types of swivels. So your fist hand, you see the swivel in there. Fist hand will swivel back and forth like this. Of course, I haven't heated it up. It is easier to do inside of there, but it will do this. Let me see if I can get it to loosen. I don't want to break it. There we go. I bent it a little bit. But you can see how that actually comes up and forward. So that hand does that. The gripping hand here, like you're gripping a sword, also comes in and out, so it goes like this. Support hand also goes like this. So you see the joint, the hinge right there. But the trigger hand's a little different. Its hinge is up and down, so the trigger hand goes like this. So that gives you an idea what's going on there. But you can pop these out pretty easily. As you can see, there's a peg that goes straight in there. It's got two little points of contact, and they stay in there pretty secure, to be honest. Outside of that, you can pull his vest off. There's two little pop-ins right here. Once you open those up, you can actually get his vest off. Come on. You may have to pop his head off for this. So you can actually get the vest off of him and see what the sculpt underneath looks like. So you have his belt here too, which you can take off. But you do have an upper chest joint here. Get some side-to-side swivel. Get side-to-side on the hips a little bit. You can crunch pretty far forward and crunch pretty far back. Pretty realistic. And you can get full rotation on the upper. And almost on the lower, it's just that it's too wide for the lower part of the body here. This is a very soft plastic for the vest. I'm glad that they did that with it. It looks better that way. But we're going to put his vest back on him because honestly he looks kind of weird like this. And I want that vest back on him. So, just like a real person, except you don't cut their head off. Put a vest on. You can take that on and push these two through in the back. I know they're kind of a pain in the butt because it's those little socket joints. Realizing I'm doing a lot of this off camera too, so I apologize for that. See if I can get that to pop in there. I know I probably shouldn't have done that, but the vests are a little difficult to get back on because you have to get that mushroom peg through that hole there. I'm sure there's some sort of professional name for those little hole pegs. I don't know it. So that's kind of as far as I can get with that. Alright, well, let's not waste too much time on that. So, legs, you can do a full split. Let's put his head back on. Looks kind of weird without it. You can go split this way with the legs. Front and back. You can go pretty far forward and so far back. Upper thighs, you have a bit of a thigh swivel here. It is pretty tight. Just be careful because I don't think it's this particular line. I think it was the Scarabs had a couple, which the little hip joints in here broke. So just be careful with that. It's only here and there. I think it's like less than 1%, but still, that is a point where a lot of pressure goes on these type of figures. So just be careful when you're doing that. If you're going to rotate the hips, maybe grab it by the other hip, upper hip, right up here, to rotate it so you don't hurt it. The knees are really cool. There's a really good double joint in the knee, so you can get pretty far back in a way that's actually kind of unrealistic, but it's cool that you can get that much movement. And then on the ankles, comes back and actually pops to stay in place. You get that much movement, and you get just a little bit of wiggle left and right, not much. And one cool thing is the bottom of the shoes are actually textured, realistically too, and you get peg holes. So what those peg holes mean is that you can pose them. And one cool thing about the stand, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 peg holes on the stand. So there's different things you can do. So let me stand him up. Just like that. I did heat him up, but he is starting to cool off, so that could be one of the reasons things are a little tighter now. Alright, we're going to go ahead and refocus on him. Cool, cool. And if you see I'm starting to sweat a little bit, I turned off that fan in the background. It's so loud. But because I did that, it's really hot in here now. So please bear with me. So we're going to take his FN. We're going to put it in his holster. As you see, it fits the holster quite well too. So that's very, very nice. I know, I like to move the camera a lot. So that fits in the holster quite well. And let's see if it falls out if he's upside down. Nope, it actually stays in the holster pretty well, so the retention's good. Wish you could get that retention on a real holster sometimes. So, let's try it in his hand. So, what's the best way to do this? My old G.I. Joes, when I was a little kid, I always broke the thumbs off, so I'm still very, very paranoid about that. What is the best way to do this? Oh, we're getting closer. So, a little bit lower. There we go, perfect. Now it's held very, very well. Actually, that figure holds that pistol extremely well. I like that. That's a good grip on it. So that's pretty nice, and it's nice to see a toy company focusing on pistols that actually have red dots on them. So that's cool. Let's take that out of his hand now, and we'll put it back in his holster. There we go. Alright, holster's back in. Let's zoom out a little bit because we're going to try the rifle and the helmet and stuff next. So the helmet, let's try the headset first. Should just pop right on like that. Not bad. And I saw a thing in the Valaverse forum that if you heat up the headset and hold it here with maybe a rubber band, it fits better. So that's one thing to consider. So that's the headset. Let's try the helmet. Fits right on with no issues. Oop. Well, yeah, I'm popping the sides off. So let me take off those. I'm going to put the regular sides back in. So that's basically taking out the comms, and I'm putting back in the side plating. Just like that. Okay. Put the helmet back on. There you go. Fits on pretty good. Seems a little high. Let me take a look and see. I think his hair is just in the way. There we go. I was rocking it too far back. So there's the helmet on him. And we'll put on the NVGs and see how those work. NVGs fit, and they actually line up with the eyes pretty well. Those are almost perfect right on the eyes. Not very often figures do that. That's really good attention to detail. Good job on that one, Valaverse. Zoom out a little bit more. So we got those. Now let's try the rifle. So a rifle, go in. Maybe we want to do it differently. Get out of there. Put it in like that. Bring it around so he's touching the trigger. Probably help if we had it on the right side here. There we go. I fiddle with little things like this because my hands don't like working with tiny little things like this. Let's get that trigger finger in the right place. Come on now. There we go. Alright. So you can have him pose up with it. Kind of ready to go. Or you can have him come down and support it. So let's try that support hand around and see if we can get him to hold it. He has pretty big biceps, so they kind of get in the way a little bit. There we go. So you can have him actually hold it pretty well too. Let's see if we can get him up to a actual shooting position. So let's get that hand down a little bit. Go. Bring the other one across. Drop it right in. Oh yeah, that's not bad. He's not exactly aiming down the sights, but it's really not bad. Not bad at all. I'd say this action figure line did a great job with these, because this looks really good. Holds it pretty decently too. Of course, you know, some of the gear gets in the way, stuff like that. Doesn't fold like real gear would, but that's not really a big deal, because the line does a good job with this, I'd say. You gotta drop that in there. So not bad at all. I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed with this line. Especially this figure. Zoom out a little bit. So, yeah, I like this. This is really cool. Looks like there it is. Careful little pieces, you'll lose them. But yeah, this actually looks really good. I like them with the NVGs on and stuff like that. So let's find some figures to put them up against. So let's put them up against a NECA. This is Aridin from The Witcher, who doesn't like to stand up for some reason with me. He doesn't like me very much. Come on, you. I know, it's really engaging watching me try to stand these up, right? Anywho, you get an idea of the height there, because Aridin doesn't want to cooperate with me. Stay. Stay. Alright, we're going to stand you. Now he'll stay. Alright, so let's move this up ever so slightly. So that's Aridin. Let's get him up against the Mythic Legions. So here is Malleus, and I like to use him for my whenever it comes to comparisons. So that's Malleus there. Then we have, let's get all this out of the way, the cool model Jungle Werewolf. So if you wanted to do some dog soldiers, you could do it, because the two lines go together really well if you're trying to actually have like a military line fighting a werewolf. I do wish they put some pegs on his feet, but he has a different kind of stand. Let's see if I can get him stand straight up maybe. but if he's standing straight up, you get an idea of his height compared to him. This would actually make a really good dog soldiers thing. If you haven't seen that movie, check that movie out. British SAS run into a bit of a problem at lycanthropes. So, pretty cool movie. Just gonna sit him down there. And just for poops and giggles, let's put a troll in here. You see there's a huge difference. So that would be a Mythic Legion's troll, whose head isn't even in the view right now. So gives you an idea there of what you're looking at. And let's put a Zesrai figure, one of the gladiators, in here. Pulled him off his diorama. So they actually form up pretty well with the gladiators. Like, pretty comparable in size. But yeah, this is pretty cool. I really like this, and I think if you are interested in this line at all, you should jump in, because this thing is awesome and I'm sold. I'm definitely buying more. Actually, to be honest, I've already bought more. But hope you guys like the line, because I know I do. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. What's your favorite figure in the line for Action Force? Because I like him a lot. I think it's cool. I love that extra head sculpt. And I love the guns and everything. Just really cool. Which I'm going to have a few more guns that I want to show off. I picked up some stuff from Gridiron Studios. I'm going to show them all off in one video. Awesome stuff. But that's all I have for today. I'm kind of running out of breath now. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. What's your favorite figure? Do you like them? Do you hate them? Do you like the others? Let me know. It'd be some interesting stuff to actually talk about. But that's all I have for today. So some pretty cool stuff. I look forward to what else they come out with. 2B should be dropping in May, I think, for the Action Force line. And I think end of the year for Wave 3, which I think is an all-female line, so that'd be pretty cool. And if you want to check them out, they have some good stories behind all of them. But I want to thank everyone that stopped by to watch the video. I hope you liked it. I hope this helped you decide if you want to buy one or not. I think they're great. Like I said, I bought more. Don't forget to toss your comments and thoughts down in the comment section. Definitely want to talk to you there. And I hope everyone out there stays safe, keep your family safe, don't give up on those goals, keep pushing forward. You can do it. I know you can. And remember to keep active, stay strong, and I'll talk to you again in the next video. Take it easy, guys. If you're interested in learning more about the channel, feel free to follow me on my Instagram and Facebook social medias. Here you can find more about what's going on in my personal life, as well as behind the scenes from the channel. If you are interested in the gaming content, I do stream to Twitch before I upload any of the gaming content to YouTube. And if you wanted to follow me on Twitter, any contests I enter, I put friends links in there, so we can both get some bonus entries.